I've told y'all many times Republicans don't give a damn about rules or customs. They do whatever it is they want to do. And today, in the Senate Judiciary Committee, same thing happened. Normally, when you vote on advancing judges, both sides get to talk. Republicans are like, you know what? We don't want to hear what y'all have to say. That pissed off Democrats. So they literally walked out of the meeting, and Senator Cory Booker laid into them. Watch this.
To pass jurisdiction and pass precedent. Why are you doing this? This is outrageous.
This is a kangaroo court. That's all we have here, Mr. Chairman.
This is wrong. To violate your own rules without going by the mandates of the parliamentarian. This is unbelievable. There's a way to do this. If you want to force this through, if you want to ram this through, there's a way to do it in accordance to the rules as spelled out by the parliamentarian. It is simple. It is clear. There's a pathway to achieve what you're trying to achieve. But, sir, this lacks decency. It lacks decorum. It shows that you do not want to simply hear from your colleagues. This is absolutely wrong. And, sir, this is to me one of those moments where we are not showing common respect for each other on both sides. I have sat here when we were in the majority and listened to my colleagues' arguments, listened to their passionate statements, and then we voted. This is not that. This is us simply trying to rush through one of the most controversial nominees we've had under this presidential administration. Sir, God bless America. You are a good man. You are a decent man. Why are you doing this? What is Donald Trump saying to you that are making you do something which is violating the decorum of this committee, the rules of this committee, the decency and the respect that we have each other to at least hear each other out? I've sat through so many long speeches of my colleagues, heard their objections, listened with sincerity to try to see what their arguments are. But we are not doing that. Sir, this is wrong, and you know it. There are some people on this committee who are the least firebrand people, and they've walked out. Some of the least controversial people in the Senate, some of the people that worked the hardest to find bipartisan common ground have just walked out of this committee. And you don't even seem to care, but I know you do. I know your heart, Senator Grassley. This is wrong. I know the kind of person you are, and you know this is wrong. This is not necessary. What is another half an hour to allow senators to be heard? It's what the Constitution mandates. It's the ideals of the United States Senate. The world's most deliberative body should take a decent amount of time to deliberate. But here we're not doing that. Here we are jamming this through with some sense of false urgency. It's one thing not to hear from whistleblowers. It's another thing not to hold another hearing, but to not even allow my colleagues to have their moment to speak against this justice is just wrong. And I know you know this. I know you know this. The only time this rule has ever been overturned by both parties was done when one minority was trying to pull some stunt to stop the committee from hearing. This is not that. This is not the 2-hour rule. This is a basic element of the ideals of this committee, sir. It is the basic understanding of having debate and deliberation. It's a basic understanding of we can listen to each other even if we disagree, that we should have time and space and a forum to listen. Sir, this is just wrong in every way. It is wrong in every single way. This is an abuse of power. It's an undermining of the well-being and the integrity of this Senate and this committee that I for so long, I've been so honored to be a part of. This is wrong, sir, and I join with my colleagues in leaving. This is a sham. Vote. This is wrong. We're better than this.
Pratt to the floor. Now we'll have.
Folks, my panel. Dr. Nola Haynes, Georgetown University School of Foreign Service. Dr. Greg Carr, Department of Afro-American Studies, Howard University. Reese Colbert, host of the Reese Colbert Show, Sirius XM Radio. This is real simple for me, Reese. Listen, you walked out. Okay, let's just real clear. Republicans don't give a damn about the rules. They're not going to play by the rules. I keep trying to explain to people this. Democrats can yell and scream, oh my God, this is not right, this is not right. You know, the other rules. When they get power, they don't care. So here's the question, Democrats. How are you going to penalize them? Those Democrats that walked out, are they going to say, you know what? Guess what? No nominations move forward. No appointments move forward. I'm putting a hold. Same thing Tommy Tuberville did. Same thing Rand Paul did. Same thing they do. How are you going to use the rules to say, you know what? I'm going to slow everything down in the U.S. Senate. It's going to come to a screeching halt. That's all I want to know. Okay, I don't want to hear another damn speech. I appreciate what Senator Cory Booker had to say, and that's fine. But we know exactly why they didn't want Democrats to talk. We know they didn't want them ripping into Emil Bove. We know they didn't want them showing how grossly unqualified and corrupt this man is. And don't be shocked if Trump tries to put him on the Supreme Court. But the bottom line is this here. Senate Democrats, you have to make them pay. And you must make them pay every single day, Reese.
You know, you talk about Democrats and you talk about Senate Democrats. They can't bust a grape. Like, that was ridiculous. Senator Cory Booker, how are you complimenting them in the middle of protesting? Oh, you're a good man. I know you care. No, the fuck they don't. And they're not good people. And I wish that they would stop this my friend bullshit and just rip into them. I don't know how you walk out, but you give a whole speech that's trying to appeal to their better angels, which they're big-ass demons. So I feel like, you know, the other people have the right idea by just walking out. Go ahead and finish your speech outside instead of dignifying that. And the last thing I'll say is, listen, I don't think that Democratic voters really give a damn about rules like that. Not as much as Senate Democrats or even House Democrats do. What Democrats care about is results. And they're tired of constantly hearing excuses as to why the rules prevent them from getting results. Then when Republicans get in, they say to hell with all that shit and they ram through their agenda. And so, you know, as much as I would like to give grace to Senator Cory Booker, that is a prime example of why Democrats lose. That's a prime example of why people are dissatisfied with the non-fighting spirit of Democrats. And that's a prime example of how we are bringing a knife to a gunfight.
I'm just sitting here and look, if you're gonna sit there, you should have just called them each by name. You should have sat there and said, shame on you, Grassley. Shame on you, Lindsey Graham. Shame on you, John Cornyn. Shame on you, Ted Cruz, Mike Lee, Josh Hawley. Should have named all of them. And you should have said, I'm telling you right now, I'm coming after every single one of y'all, and I'm going to shut everything down. I'm sorry. If you're not going to retaliate, Nola, all you're doing is just flapping your gums. Nola, if you don't hit that damn mute button, we go through this every single week. How in the hell your computer says on, off, on, off? Mic is a slash in the mic. It's a not.
Wait,
how do you not?
This was my fault. This time it was my fault. Last time it wasn't my fault. I take that L. But as I was saying,
welcome
so
back.
Eloquently. Thank you, boo.
Yeah, as you were saying, which nobody knows what the hell you were saying.
Well, let me get to it, sir. Thank you. Okay, so I saw two things. I saw a man's heart breaking for the statesmanship, for something that he clearly cares a great deal about. That's one thing that I saw. And then another thing that I saw was a strategy that does not work, appealing to their better natures. You know, it's people that have access to the Hill. Roland, you know this. Everybody here knows this. What happens performatively is not necessarily what happens behind the scenes. So my thing is, okay, if you're going to use strategy appealing to his better nature, I want you to call out that moment when y'all had that conversation about what was said in private, if that's going to be the strategy that you're going to use. Because just appealing to him about, I know that you're better than this, you know that this is wrong. Why does he know that is wrong? Tell us specifically what you are talking about. Because this particular plan of attack, it just makes Senator Booker look like, you know, he's not understanding the assignment. And I know very well he understands the assignment. But mostly what I heard, and I'm not going to sit here and lie, I heard someone's heartbreaking for the complete breakdown of the democratic system. And it is heartbreaking. You know, I've dedicated my life studying, you know, political science. This is my life. This is my world. So I get it. But to Reese's point, What we need right now, we need gunslingers, and I understand Senator Booker's hesitancy in trying to hold on to that statesmanship, but that ship has long sailed.
Okay, they are appointing a shameful, despicable person in Emil Bove. They don't care, Greg. And so all this statesman, they don't care about collegiality. They don't care about the rules. Their whole deal was, hey, we want that thug on a federal bench. We don't want you guys ripping into him because we don't want it playing on television. So we're just going to shut you up. They showed you who they are. So guess what you now say? I am going to make you pay. I am going to bring this sucker to a halt. You shut it down. But no, they just threaten. And when they got the power, they don't do it. Oh, no, our colleagues, we do the right thing. Hell no. I have long been saying you have to make them pay.
Yes, sir. You're right. And you're right. Of course, they can't. God bless Cory Booker. He won't. He's a decent human being. Chuck Grassley, on the other hand, a hard white nationalist, who is, I think his last birthday was 150,000 years old, who was being eviscerated in his home state of Iowa at the town halls, who doesn't appear to know where he is most of the time, but who is functioning very efficiently as a tool of open white nationalism. Of course, he's going to ignore Cory Booker. They can't stop this right now. Emil Bove is a particularly nasty piece of work, a failure as a lawyer, who has been put in place exactly for the reason that you mentioned earlier, which is ultimately to be advanced to the Supreme Court of the United States, which is where the real fight will be. The names you listed, Roland, on the U.S. Senate Committee on the Judiciary, if there's a parallel at all, it's not perfect, but it's close enough, it's House Oversight. So you've got, Cro-Magnon, Marjorie Taylor Greene. You've got, of course, Jasmine Crockett. Well, that counterpart is the Judiciary Committee. Everyone you name is a hard white nationalist. Lindsey Graham, the completely supple, soft, compliant Lindsey Graham. Mike Lee, Ted Cruz, hardcore white nationalist. Young Josh Hawley, who is now this feckless man trying to claw back some of the Medicaid that he voted to take away. Now he wants to bring it back. Tom Tillis, who straight ass quit rather than face his Lord and Master, Jesus Trump. John Kennedy, the fake foghorn leghorn out of Louisiana. Marsha Blackburn, that nasty piece of work out of Tennessee. Eric Schmidt, a straight fascist ideologue out of Missouri. Katie Britt, whose stupidity is only surpassed by her colleague, Mr. Coates Tuberville out of Alabama. And Ashley Moody, young Ashley Moody out of Florida. Their job is to be the hardcore white nationalist intellectuals' tip of the spear when it comes to the evisceration of the judiciary. They have one job and one job only, which they achieved today, which is get Emil Bove, the man who let Eric Adams off the hook in New York, the man who lost every damn case he's been in defending Trump, including the one in New York. Emil Bove's job is to get on the Supreme Court. Donald Trump's job is to put him there. And Donald Trump, it ain't his idea. This is all about hardcore white nationalism. How do you stop it? You get your ass out, check your registration, and vote to break their political backs, because Bove is going to be on the Third Circuit. And once he's on the Third Circuit, the real show will be when they bring him back and nominate him for the Supreme Court. Because if you don't think those phone calls haven't been made to Sammy the Bull Alito and Mr. RV, Mr. wholly owned subsidiary of billionaires, Clarence Blackface White Nationalist Thomas, then you're not paying attention. That will be where the fight will be, and you can stop him dead in his tracks then. But that's going to require a little voting in the next election, the midterm election.
These people are thugs. They do not care. And you have to penalize them. You must eviscerate them. You must go after them. And I'm telling you right now, this is real simple. Dick Durbin, do you have the guts? Amy Klobuchar, do you have the guts? Sheldon Whitehouse, do you have the guts? Cory Booker, do you have the guts? I can go on and on and on and name every single Democrat on this committee, but the question is, do you have the fight in you? Senator Chuck Schumer, I don't want to see another lame bullshit speech on the floor. I want to know, are you going to pay? I want to know, is a Democrat going to go to the floor and say, I'm shutting this shit down? I'm putting a hold on every single confirmation, every single nomination. I'm going to make y'all have to go through every procedure to get anything passed. Do you mean to tell me there's not one Senate Democrat that has the guts to do that? Brian Schatz, where you at? Gillibrand, where you at? Warnock, where you at? Also Brooks, where you at? These people sat here and said, nah, y'all ain't even talking. Y'all ain't even speaking. I'm shutting it down. Booker, you can sit over there and talk. Go on. No, keep calling the roll. We don't give a damn if that Negro over there talking. Keep calling the roll. That's literally what they did. And if they allow this to move forward, yeah. No. See, this is why people are saying, listen, weaknesses going on here. Black Pac has a new poll out we're going to talk about a little bit later that shows that black folks are ripping Trump and they ain't got no confidence that Democrats got any fight in them. What does Deion Sanders say? He said, I'm recruiting some folks that got some dog in them. They ain't got no dog. They ain't trying to swing at all. They are operating, no, I know your heart. You're a good man. You're a great, I love it. I know your heart. You know this is not right. And old ass Grass is like, yeah, keep calling them names. Yeah, I ain't listening to his ass. Yeah, he don't mean nothing. He don't mean nothing. He don't mean nothing. And they all sat there, looked at him like, look at his ass. Yeah, keep talking. They like, yeah, we got the votes. Keep talking. Keep running your mouth. The only way you stop people is when you make them pay. You have to pump.
Who does Cory Booker think wants that? Who does he like? You giving a whole grand speech about, I know your heart, I know you a good man. Who do you think wants that? Because none of the polls are saying. I know the focus groups aren't saying it, so I'm just confused as to why he continues this nice guy act when that ain't what people are looking for right now.
You're not confused. And know what it is.
So I'm just not playing this game with him. And I'm telling you, You have to make them pay. And I just want to know. Are they going to say, I'm shutting everything down, I'm bringing it to a screeching halt? If y'all ain't willing to do that walkout, that's a waste of damn time. That didn't mean nothing.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. The window to invest in Fanbase is closing. We've raised over $10.6 million of our $17 million goal. That means there's room for less than 6,370 people to invest in Fanbase for the average amount. The minimum to invest in Fanbase right now is $399. That makes you an owner in Fanbase today. Go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest. Why? Because current social apps have taken advantage of users for far too long, with content suppression, shadow banning, harmful racist content, and no real tools for monetization and equity. Fanbase has over 1.4 million users and counting, allowing anyone to reach all their following and monetize their content from day one. Social media is the new TV, and whoever owns the apps that distribute that content have the opportunity to own potential billion-dollar companies. While big platforms with uncertain futures are failing to serve their users, Fanbase is stepping up to fill the gap. Don't wait until it's too late. Invest now, invest for yourself and your future. Go to startengine.com/fanbase and own the next generation of social media.